This is the press conference for the national champion Oklahoma Sooners. We have student athletes Chi Juarez and Jocelyn Olive. Questions for our student athletes? We'll start with Ryan Aber.
Yeah, Giselle and Jocelyn, what did it mean to see Patty Gasso celebrate this national championship, and what does it mean to you to now be a part of the fraternity of OU and Patty Gasso national championship players?
Start with G, please.
Honestly, like, all the glory goes to God. We've been battling together. That's been kind of our thing. And, God helped us through this, and he just worked through us. And I think it's just really awesome. And to see Coach with us, like, it's just really awesome to see us do what we were trained for. So, God gets all the glory today.
Hey, Jocelyn, a couple things. Can you just talk about the fact that in that designated player spot that you were in this tournament, hitting that's what you're doing for this team, and to have that as your singular focus and to be able to produce like you did throughout this tournament, the challenge in that, what is that for you? And then to get that first run on the board today, I think you had a 2-2 count, you'd fouled, you'd swung and missed. To get that home run in that moment, talk me through that a little bit too.
Yeah, it's kind of just been smooth sailing, quite honestly. As a DP and as a hitter, I try not to think so much about outcomes, more so just focusing on the process of things. So really, I was just going up there and I was doing my thing. And today, when I seen the ball go out, I was like, yes, finally. But yeah, it was just very good. I just really stuck to my plan and I knew what I wanted. So it was good to see the ball go out and just give us the early lead.
What was it like watching Giselle get this opportunity? I don't know if we all thought she would get it, and not just being good, but being really good, just delivering.
Start with Nicole, please.
I just remember being so proud. I remember last year whenever she got hurt and her not knowing if she would be able to come back. I remember 2 years ago in 19 being on the other side of this ball and her pitching her heart out, and to see her come back from both of those two big adversities and to be where she is, like, I can only smile because it's such a G thing to do, to come in and to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to own this one. And I'm going to bounce back from this injury, and I'm going to carry my team to this championship. It was such a special moment.
Jada?
She just came out on fire this weekend. She is built for the College World Series. Her mindset is for the College World Series. And we've had Nicole have come in for her earlier in the season, but she came in to be G Juarez this week. And she came this game saying, I'm G Juarez. I'm about to do G Juarez things. So I'm just so proud of her. Great super senior to look up to. It was great.
Rhiannon Potke? Let's go to Eric Bailey.
Hey, Nicole, I just wonder, a game like this, a championship, how big is it for these younger players on the team? And they experienced it, you got to experience it with them. How big was this win moving forward for the Oklahoma program? And then also for Jada, how big is it to win one as a freshman to come in and have this your first year?
Start with Nicole, please.
Whenever I think of Oklahoma, I think of championships. This is what we do here. And for this freshman class, they stopped being freshmen in the fall. They are so talented and they are so confident, and they play the game with such grace and maturity that I don't even think of them as freshmen. So moving forward, they have 3 more years of this, and the talent that's coming in is only better. I just think Coach has done a great job building this program, not just for this year, next year, but for the future. Definitely am ready to watch them and see what they do, because getting to be in these games and getting to win these games and have a season like this, whenever they're juniors and seniors, that season mentality, that experience is going to help them in more ways than they can count.
Jada?
Winning a national championship my freshman year, it was high expectations, but you know that when you commit here and when you sign here, you have very high expectations. You're the best of the best, and you play the best of the best all the time. And I can't believe I'm sitting here right now actually having this hat on and this shirt. Like, I knew, I believed in this team that we were going to do it, but to actually do it, I just like want to cry. Like, this is my dream, and to do it my freshman year, now I just got to keep on doing it and not and not give up and just keep working.
Abby Bitterman?
Yeah, Nicole, just to bookend your time at Oklahoma with 2 national championships, just how do you look back on your own career here?
I think that I grew from a young girl into a woman during these past 5 years, and coming in as a freshman and winning it, and then struggling and grinding and working with different teams to get back to this moment. And finally, in my last year, winning it again. I don't know, it just seems like such a way to go out. And I know a lot of athletes don't get to experience this kind of closure the way that the super seniors have been able to. But, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. The ups and downs, the trials, I'm at peace. And I am so grateful for the time that I've had at OU and for the experiences coaches taught me and what the team has taught me.
Roy Hilmer?
Yeah, Nicole, the other day after the first loss, you said this team doesn't lose twice. And shoot, if you weren't right, you guys won the next 2 and win the national championship. Can you just talk about the resiliency of this team? Every time you lost a game, you came back and won it. And to win the national championship. And Jada, if you could also talk about the resiliency of this team and how that made this team so special.
Start with Nicole, please.
I just think this past year and a half has built this team. And we definitely took advantage of the time that we could have together with the incoming freshmen, with COVID and the rule changes and all that stuff. But I think ultimately at the end of the day, it's a complete belief in one another. I mean, you can't be resilient if you don't believe in the person beside you, the person in front of you, the person behind you. If you don't have that belief, that trust, then you're not going to go anywhere. And then it's a pride thing. I'm proud to represent OU, and I'm proud to represent my sisters, Coach Gasso, this university. And I'm not going to let anybody come out and beat me twice. And I take that personally if I get a loss, and we take it personally and we fight for each other, because it's not just me, it's just my team, it's OU, it's this university, it's all that kind of stuff. So I think that definitely plays into the resiliency factor.
Jada?
We've been resilient since I stepped on campus, just with COVID and just with all the things that we've had to gone through. But the pride of not letting a team beat us twice is something that I hope to take into next year. And we've shown throughout the season, like, we can't let this team beat us twice. Like, let's trust in each other, and let's keep on moving, and let's just fight to the end.
Jenny Carlson?
Nicole, I wanted to see if you could talk about that play there right before the end when you face planted. I hope you're okay, but can you talk me through that? And then Jada, I was wondering if you could also talk about Jocelyn's hitting a huge homer to start the scoring today. I think about the fact that she only plays that designated player role. I don't mean only, like just the fact that hitting is her thing. To come out and have that kind of performance, how difficult is that, and what has she meant to you guys?
Jada, let's start with you while Nicole contemplates her face plant.
Yeah, Jossie starting the game off like that was a big momentum shifter just for us to start. Like, we needed momentum. We needed to get that, all right, like, let's go. Like, that's going to be our spark type of thing. And for her to come in and relay, like, what she's seeing, what she's feeling, so we know how to feel like when we go up to bat. And it was huge for her to do that so early in the game and just start the pace for our first 3.
Nicole?
I think you can kind of like see right here, there's a little bit of a mark. But I just remember thinking before that pitch, the girl had already hit 2 to me and right, and so I was kind of ready for something my way. But like I said earlier, this team, like, we do it for each other. And I just remember thinking to myself, especially like towards the later games, whenever it's like bigger moments, I always think to myself, like, I would run through a wall for my pitcher. And the ball came, and I was like, well, I'm either going to catch it or I'm not, but I'm not going to drop it because I slowed down or anything. So I ran right into that wall, smacked it right in the face, and knocked off my glasses. But yeah, I just remember thinking, like, I'm going to go all out. Like, she's going all out. Like, why wouldn't I go all out for her? So, but I do think it's really fitting that the game ended in the circle and G got to get the last out. I think that was something really special.
We are now joined by head coach Patty Gasso and the real MOP of the tournament, it looks like.
Yeah.
Let's begin with Ryan Aber.
Yeah. Hey, Patty, congratulations. Wondering, what was that last moment of the game like? It looked like you were almost holding onto the fence to keep you standing there. And, what does this mean to cap off this unique season in this manner? And also, I understand DJ's getting married tomorrow. Is that right?
Yes, he is. He's got a rehearsal dinner happening as we speak. So I'm paying for it, but I'm not there. And I'll be at the wedding tomorrow. So a lot of things were happening. I don't think anyone expected that. Okay, hang on, JT. Wait, Grace, go with Dad. Go on. I don't think anyone thought that they would take an extra day, so that kind of screwed up family plans, but I will be there for the wedding, so I'm really excited about that. I'm sorry that he missed it. But that is a pretty big deal for us tomorrow. So Giselle, my heart just was overflowing with joy for her because it was a tough season for her. It was her super senior year. She had a lot of things to prove. 2019 didn't finish the way she wanted and went through some really tenacious surgery and rehab just to get back and play that last season. So I'm just overwhelmed with joy for that young lady because she was very diligent and fought through it and didn't have her best season, and she would tell you that, but I don't know that it matters right now to her because she had that moment in the course of about 7 days and caps off her career in the most ultimate way you could ever think of.
James Hale.
Patty, at the beginning of the year, you told me you thought you might have a special team. Now you've got a national championship, you're fifth. Your early thoughts have turned out to be totally correct, haven't they?
I knew we were good. I knew we were good. It was really what got us here was really good leadership, a great staff, great strength coach, great hitting coach, great pitching coach, just surrounded with some really hardworking people. And I think these hardworking people had so much belief in this team and they felt it daily. We practice hard. We practice hard daily. They'll tell you that. And it's how it all pays off. It's just a lot of hard work and a lot of belief in our culture and our championship mindset and all that we put to work there.